Yeah. Hey Player One, do you think you're ready for this? Join Valorant and play as one of a global cast of agents from all over the world, mixing first-person shooting, hypernatural powers, and hundreds of tactical strategies to build a powerful team and crush the opponents in an unequal tactical FPS. The more you know how it works, the more fun you get. 2 teams, 5 players per team, 13 rounds to win, 1 single life per round. Defend and attack the points. Earn money throughout the match and spend them buying weapons, shields, or abilities. Friends will always cover your back. To win, the players need to work together, and playing with a group of friends is always the best way to have fun and coordinate simultaneous actions against the opposite team. Teammates and teamwork are the pillars of Valorant. Any role is important and necessary to bring the team to victory. Don't forget it. Show your skill. If you feel confident enough, if you have a solid synergy with the rest of your team, no matter who you are playing with, then the ranked system is here to challenge players like you. Ranks in Valorant are made up of different tiers. Winning matches or performing exceptionally well will allow players to climb the ladder and reach the highest point of this highly competitive mode. Long story short, if you like a dynamic game full of tactics and strategies to accomplish, a game characterized by many unique agents with their skills, background, personalities, and playstyle, a game based on team play where skill and cooperation go hand in hand, then maybe Valorant is the game for you. Download the game and play it for free. Find your unique Valorant style.
Hello, I'm Blue, and today I'll be explaining and showing you guys my process on how I draw hair. But before we start, today's video is brought to you by Clip Studio Paint. I'm very excited to be working with the people at Clip Studio Paint because I absolutely love this program. Not only is it a good price, but it also has so many different features and materials for so many different art styles and drawing techniques. I've been using Clip Studio Paint for a really long time now, and I can't recommend it enough for any artist that wants to start digital art or has been doing digital art for a while now. It's great. This whole tutorial today will be drawn in their program, but I already use their program for like everything I do. Thank you so much, Clip Studio Paint, and now on to the tutorial. Hair is definitely one of my favorite things to draw, since you can do so much with it in context of style, color, texture, length, and so on. You've probably noticed in a lot of animes that their hair can be a really big defining trait of their character design, since a lot of animes can suffer from same face syndrome, so they use their hair to express themselves, I guess. But I know getting it to look like how you picture it in your head can be a bit difficult, so today I'll be giving tips that I follow when drawing hair, and I'll also be explaining how I color and render it as well. This tutorial will be split into 2 sections. The first one will be about how I draw the hair, and the second will be about how I shade and render it. Having a wide variety of brushes can help you when you're trying to figure out your rendering style or just drawing style in general, because a bunch of brushes have different pressures and stabilities and stuff. Clip Studio Paint has a bunch of downloadable brushes that artists have made and submitted into the community. There's always new stuff, and there's stuff for all different kinds of styles. It's one of my favorite features because there's so many different brushes that I can experiment and try with. The brush I'm using today is a brush called Soul by Noctilin. Once you go on the website and you signed in and you downloaded the brush, you can then get to materials in Clip Studio Paint and you can just drag and drop it into a brush section, and you can just use it from there. I like to spice it up every now and then and just try a bunch of new brushes just to keep my work interesting. First drawing tip I have for you today is head shape. You've probably seen a lot of artists when they start sketching, they use a circle for the head. Well, that's the guideline for a skull. I've seen plenty of artists not plan out their skull or the head shape, and it can look amazing, but you can also risk your character having an elongated skull or like a dip in their head because you do not know where like the skull sits and where the hair can flow in and where it can't. First, you're going to determine what kind of head shape you would use based on your art style. Mine's more anime, so my head shapes are a lot bigger, but another example of a head shape can be if you have a more realistic style, the head shape will be a lot smaller. If you find it rather difficult to draw a head shape, Clip Studio Paint has a bunch of 3D models on their website that you can trace over. just to get the anatomy right and just to help you with your process. There's no shame in using this as reference or tracing over these base models. It'll help make your work a lot easier, and it will help you improve your anatomy. Again, it's on their website. You can search up 3D models and you'll find a bunch of them. You can download them and they'll be in the materials again. One of the more important anatomy steps to take into consideration are foreheads. I don't see enough people talking about forehead anatomy, but I find it pretty important. You don't need to know forehead anatomy perfectly, but I think knowing how big the forehead must be or how small the forehead must be can help you with your facial anatomy a lot. I stick with like one shaped forehead because I don't think it's that important, but I think knowing just the basics of it. A lot of people ask me why my canvas is grey when I start sketching out. It's a setting I have for when I open my canvas, it immediately opens to grey. You can set it up when you first open your canvas and just select canvas color. I do this so my eyes don't get sore because I have sensitive eyes, so the white canvas can hurt my eyes after a while. Also, something pretty addicting to do with the canvas opening thing is something called a time-lapse option. You can select it at the bottom here and it'll record everything on your canvas. Another drawing tip that I learned pretty early on and that helped me a ton is something called a starting point and direction flow. This is a point where hair will flow out of, and it also is the starting point of the direction of the hair flowing. Even though where the starting point sits on your head, you can do a hairstyle from any direction because a starting point will never move from one direction on a skull. You can have multiple starting points on a head, it does not just have to be one singular starting point. Alright, some examples of starting points is some characters I have here. This character on top here, his name is Julian and he belongs to one of my mutuals on Instagram called Gemini. Gemini is very good at drawing hair. They always have very interesting, their characters have very interesting hairstyles, and so Julian's, this is the character, his starting point starts here and it moves across like this. So this is basically where all his hair comes from. Julian has textured wavy hair, so it's not a straight line, it's more like this. This is how the direction flow comes out of the starting points. His starting point is over here, and it moves back just a bit, so just behind this piece of hair over here, this is where his starting point sits. And then he also, I guess his starting point is like over here. So it's almost the same as Julian, it's more of a path like this. So all his hair flows from this line out, like this. And it kind of does a sweep this way, and then this way. And then he also has a really short hair over here. And then from this starting point, it goes up, out, out, and that's his bangs, basically. For a hairstyle like this, that's like mostly back, this character starts
across the pavement, hoping it will cave in and swallow me whole. Wonder why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. see the light. But I can also see the bones again. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. And the dark's all that I see when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where our two paths align. But you're the night sky. I'm trying to see your stars, but I've always feared the dark. Now I see violet. I can feel your silence. You always feel so far when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find that